Up, everybody? So, before I even got a chance to watch the video I just made, I saw something on here that made it so that I had to make another video. Um, Nick Wright has just reported that there are several trades floating around, rumors floating around in regards to Kyrie Irving's name. And Kyrie Irving has told the Brooklyn Nets that if they trade him, he's going to retire. So, needless to say, this is not minor. I had already made it up in my mind throughout several videos of having conversations about Kyrie Irving and potential trades over the last month or so. It's somewhere in there I've talked about it. And in that circumstance, in that little video, I made it in my mind that Kyrie Irving probably would not be traded, even though in some instances it may make sense for the Brooklyn Nets to try to move on from his contract. At the end of the day, no matter how much sense it makes, I would need to get approval from KD and James Harden, particularly KD, because I think James Harden has yet to sign his contract. So vice versa. It would actually be James Harden with the leverage in that case. He could use his tenure at Brooklyn to say, yo, if you don't bring back Kyrie, I'm out too. So that's the leverage in theory. I felt that would be enough to keep Kyrie there no matter what. And still think that. I think Kyrie just made sure that he made it even more impossible for them to trade him. Because essentially he's saying he's not playing nowhere else. Simple, cut and dry. Kyrie, I got to ask you something. How much does the NBA mean to you, man? How much does playing basketball professionally mean to you right now? Because this is the problem that we have with your value. It's not your talent. You're more talented than most of the players God has ever created. Let's just be real. Kyrie Irving is one of the most talented basketball players on earth. Ever. His dribbling ability, superior to every human, all of them. So when we talk about Kyrie Irving, we're not talking about some regular guy who's just going to score some points, make a Hall of Fame, and that's it. No, he can do things that everyone else cannot do. He can look himself in the mirror and say, I'm the only guy who can do that. But he has to choose the game of basketball. And I've said this already on camera. You got to choose the game of basketball. If you want people to value you as a basketball player to your value as a basketball player, you got to value basketball itself. You can't tell me that I'm supposed to value you at your price when you don't value what it is that we're doing at its price. See, the rest of the league is what we're weighing this against. They're all dedicating their entire game lives, with the exception of the summer, their entire lives to the game. And even in the summertime, they're working out. They'll play through pain and all kinds of stuff. We know what the NBA community does as it pertains to preparation and endurance and making sure that they're, ready to go. It's not something that you can half-ass do. You're all in or you're all out. You're not a regular role player. You can't afford to be a guy that just kind of wants to do his own thing. You're too important. I'm sorry. It would be a lot easier if you were in the status of someone else doing this, because it wouldn't matter as much. But you're taking up a third of the cap. You are one of the most important players in basketball. You do have the cachet of somebody who's supposed to be a leader. You have been on record saying you want to be a leader of a basketball team. But now you get to a basketball team that's fully loaded where you don't have to be a leader at all, and you're telling me you don't want to go anywhere but be there where you don't have to be a leader at all? That's the only situation you'll play in? Kyrie, this is why people don't trust you, fam. It's not because you're not a good guy. You're a great guy. You're one of the greatest guys. More humanitarian efforts and unselfishness and great things to talk about than a little bit. So it's not about whether or not we trust the person and the character of the person. It's about the basketball player. Is he up for it? All that comes with being the star of a franchise in New York that has championship aspirations. Your brothers to your left, Kyrie, KD, and Harden, they are too real to say this, But they would love for you to choose basketball too, Kyrie. They would, bro. They would. And I know they respect you and they understand you in ways that I would never try to as a stranger. But from afar, as a man that's older than all three of y'all, I can honestly say, you're going to spend a lot more time away from the game than you are with it. All this stuff that you want to do right now, with the grace of God and time given, you will have the opportunity to do those things later. You are not going to be this elite athlete for long, fam. That's the missing piece of the situation. You don't value basketball as much as your old self will wish you did. That's what I believe. I don't have to be right, but that's what I believe. I think that Kyrie Irving is going to wish that he sacrificed more for the game. Because he is capping off his legacy. He will go down tiers below guys he was better than. That simple. Guys he would ball under the table. Guys he would send crying home to their mama are going to be known as greater players than Kyrie Irving. And it's not because of anything other than Kyrie Irving just simply not valuing NBA basketball during the time when he could play it at his highest level. And if someone would say, well, Brandon, you don't have a right to question his love for the game. It ain't about love for the game. It's about willingness to be a professional in the NBA. Two different things. Two different things. Because what that comes with is a lot of sacrificing, a lot of communication, a lot of endurance from people like myself who are going to mention your name 24/7. You got to take what comes with that, and that's why the big bucks are given to you, because you're supposed to be able to do the job and absorb what comes with it. You can't choose to not absorb what comes with it and think you're going to get the full pay and the full embrace of your value. And why is value important? Because people attach your value to your effort, your legacy, and your willingness to win. Perception. That's what we've been talking about. JaVale McGee, if you watched my video earlier, he was talking about how Shaq and the Fool and all of that hurt his perception around the league. Kyrie, you are hurting your perception around the league. And to be honest with you, Brooklyn, you saying that you're going to retire if they trade you just makes you even less desirable to have on the team if I'm an owner or if I'm a GM. That doesn't make me want to keep you. That makes me want to find some way out from under you because you're holding me hostage now. Now you're essentially saying, I'm not worth nothing unless you keep me, so you can't let go of me. That's dirty. That's dirty. I don't know who's advising you to do that, but that's going to have long-term consequences as it pertains to how people look at you later on. They're going to be like, we remember that. We remember that. Cool, you want to handcuff us now? When you are ready to leave, you better not want to come back because we're going to make it hard on you. We've seen them blackball people. If they did it to Iverson, they will do it to you. Don't think you're too big to get blackballed, my man. Nobody is. They will lock you out. You handcuff them people, they will lock you out. You'll be knocking on that door with a lot left in the tank. Don't do it to yourself. Because see, that's the thing that bothers me. He's so wrapped up in his today and how he feels today and what matters today, which all may be great, bigger things than basketball, which is fine. Choose those things. Choose those things. If you got bigger stuff going on in your world than basketball, then damn it, choose those things. If you're changing the water crisis in Flint, if you're attacking child endangerment, if you're attacking poverty in third world countries, brother, throw your life at that. Don't throw your life at basketball. Who cares how great you are at basketball? If you don't love it, you don't love it. But don't half-ass it, is all I'm saying. Don't half-ass it. The Lord gave you way too much natural talent to half-ass your prime at this level. And not at this level, bro. Don't get this far, this great, to look around and say, it don't matter that much. You didn't work this hard to do that. The young you wouldn't have liked seeing you do this. That dude at Duke did not want to see you do this. I know that. Sometimes we get so caught up in what matters to us and we get so enlightened by the spirituality that we get in our moment. But we forget to remember we're still in our young 30s. We're still Only 30. There's a lot of an elevation to go. There's still a lot of understanding to get. There's a lot of losses to take. A lot of long nights ahead. That's what young people don't get in their enlightenment and all the beauty that comes with just being vibrant and alive and awake. It's the time, bro. It's the times when you're sitting in your house, day 73 of your retirement, and you're thinking about how you could have did more. Trust me, I know what the hell I'm talking about. That's why I'm speaking so passionately, because I know what I'm speaking about. I've seen this before. They're so happy while they're in their prime because they think their prime lasts forever, and then ACL injury, knee injury, some type of crazy allegation, something, God forbid. We see it all. We see it all. It can end in a matter of seconds. I think about a guy by the name of Kobe Bryant that I know for a fact this man loved. Know for a fact. He reveres Kobe as high as anybody. Kobe never put the game second. You think Kobe didn't have other interests? He proved it. As soon as he left the game, he had other interests. He threw himself into that. But he always gave the game his all. Why? Because he wasn't going to cheat the fans. He wasn't going to cheat himself. He wasn't going to cheat that kid that he used to be when he was in the gym for hours and hours and hours. He wasn't going to cheat that man that he became that's kept those habits for hours and hours and hours. He wasn't going to betray all that. And I don't think Kyrie should either. You got too far to be this frivolous with your career, bro. Going too far. Do you want to be a net? Yes, he does. I see that. You want to stay a net? That's an opportunity to win. But don't tell the Nets that they can't trade you anywhere. Anywhere? You're throwing a Molotov cocktail on your future in the NBA when you do that. You're essentially saying, please blackball me. I don't ever want another opportunity after this. That's what you're saying to these people. And our athletes, and I say our, I mean our, we need to understand when we're sending the wrong messages to the people that we want to pay us. We need to understand when we're sending the wrong messages. Because they ain't on our frequency in some cases, respectfully speaking. They don't really understand us all up and down the board like that. Sometimes we'll mean certain things, and they'll be like, oh, you meant what that guy meant when he said it. Okay, we'll treat you like him. No, we didn't. No, I'm not that guy. But they don't see you like that. You just, come on, man. Let's be honest. We can't do everything we want to do sometimes. We're not there yet. We're getting there. But not as it pertains to just throwing away your career and thinking you're going to get your value. No, nobody's going to. No. And I'm not saying my man's throwing away his career, but damn it. I mean, seriously, you see what Ben's doing and then you do this? No. In my mind, Kyrie Irving should just simply be ready to play ball. Because ain't nobody going to trade you, fam. I don't care what kind of rumors are going on out there. Ain't nobody trading you. Why? Because they'd be at risk of pissing off KD and James Harden. And they're not going to do it. You have more leverage than you would ever imagine because of those two dudes. Ain't letting you get traded, bro. And let me tell you this. If you are to get traded, they okay it. So you strangle holding yourself in a situation like that. You better think about that. If you get traded, it's because they said, yep, for sure. So let's consider that truth. They ain't pulling that trigger without the okay of KD and James Harden. So what exactly are you attaching yourself to? Because if they intend to trade you, then that means some other folks want you gone, not just the ones you think want you gone. And why would they want that? Why would they want that, Kyrie? Why would my brothers want me gone if that were the case? It's because I didn't give them what they've given me. Or at least it's the perception of that. I'm not speaking for nobody. I'm just looking at what the tea leaves tell me, as I always do. And I know when I'm looking at somebody who's squandering a great opportunity. I know that. That's what I'm looking at. So I just wanted to say that, man. I'm not here to play games today. Heavily emotional for some reason. Not as it pertains to crime, but just I'm real passionate about what I'm saying to this. A lot of respect, a lot of integrity, talk. Everywhere I look, it's something to say. So that's what I'm doing. But at the end of the day, I just want to see guys succeed. And I want to see young people not make young people mistakes. Because I know what they lead to. Old people regrets. No, fam. No. Value your energy as it pertains to your youthful energy. Value that. Your body will break down one day. You will be at a space where it'll be hard to get up at some point. And you will wish to God you could just go out there and run, dribble, shoot. Take advantage of that. Your body will not stay intact forever. My name is BDL44. That's what I got.